Hello everyone! Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Prison life too dirty for Todd Chrisley? A TikTok video is making rounds that claim Todd Chrisley isn't enjoying prison life the same way his wife is for one big reason. It is too dirty for him. What other tea did this TikTok video spill? And is there any truth to the video? Keep reading for all the juicy details. Prison life too dirty for Todd Chrisley. A TikTok video is making rounds on both Facebook and Reddit featuring an influencer that regularly covers reality TV news. As fans who listen to Savannah's podcast know, she's expressed that both of her parents are faring just fine considering. Likewise, as TV shows Ace previously reported, she also detailed all of the things her mother has been able to enjoy despite being behind bars. With so much emphasis being put on her mother, fans naturally wondered, what about Todd? Chrisley knows best. Fans can only assume that if her father Todd was struggling, this isn't something Savannah would want to share in great detail, because it would give the trolls and critics fuel to run with. Now, the TikTok video making rounds featuring an influencer claiming they had a source reveal that Todd Chrisley is having a hard time adjusting to prison life. Turns out, the reality TV star has been excessively complaining about how dirty the prison is. The influencer in the video goes on to claim that a combination of how much complaining he has done and how uncooperative he has been with the staff has resulted in the potential of him being transferred to another facility just a few weeks into his 12-year stint. Is there any truth to this video? Now, it is worth mentioning that Savannah Chrisley did just report both of her parents were doing fine behind bars. Likewise, the social media influencer making these claims did not reveal his source. In fact, individuals in the comments claimed he is known to twist the truth to make for a more interesting story. Other fans admit they just find him annoying and can't stomach watching his videos. Despite the suspicious origin of this claim, other fans agree that Todd Chrisley having a problem with the prison being too dirty sounds exactly like something Todd Chrisley would have an issue with. They, however, don't think Todd complaining or being difficult would result in a prison transfer. So this claim is definitely something that should be taken with a grain of salt. There is also the possibility that the first part, complaining about it being dirty, is true. But the part about him getting transferred is not true. Todd Chrisley, the once impeccably dressed patriarch of Chrisley Knows Best, built his public image around luxury, control, and perfectly polished appearances. Every camera-ready moment on the hit USA reality show showcased his love for cleanliness, order, and designer everything. The prison life, with its stripped-down routines, communal bathrooms, and lack of privacy, is reportedly putting Todd's polished persona to the ultimate test. For a man who prided himself on spotless countertops and starched collars, adapting to prison's gritty, unfiltered environment may be more than just uncomfortable, it may be downright unbearable. Todd's reality show image versus prison reality. Fans who watched Todd and Julie Chrisley on Chrisley Knows Best knew that Todd's obsession with appearances was almost a character in itself. He had no problem reminding his family that cleanliness is next to godliness, and would personally scold the kids if things weren't in their proper place. Fast forward to 2023, when Todd reported to the federal prison camp in Pensacola, Florida, to begin his 12-year sentence for bank fraud and tax evasion. Suddenly, there were no spotless marble kitchens, no gleaming hardwood floors, no designer cleaning crew to keep everything sparkling. Sources close to the family have claimed that Todd was shocked by the living conditions, calling them unhygienic and beneath basic human dignity in private conversations with Julie during monitored calls. There's no place for a germaphobe in prison, one insider allegedly said. Todd's whole life was about control, controlling the house, the image, the narrative. Now he has none of that, and it's been brutal for him. Shared spaces and the loss of privacy. One of the hardest adjustments for Todd may be the lack of personal space. Reality TV fans remember his extravagant home life, where he could retreat to one of many lavish rooms to escape chaos. Prison, by contrast, offers shared bunks, common showers, Prisoners have and reported that constant Todd noise.
struggled with the idea of communal bathrooms at first.
Not just the lack of privacy, but also the state they are kept in. He was used to lavender-scented hand soap and marble vanities. Now he's dealing with metal toilets and paper-thin toilet paper. It's a shock. A source familiar with prison life explained. Complaints about cleanliness. Todd allegedly wrote letters early on describing mold in showers, stains on walls, and unsanitary food prep areas. Things that would have sent him into a tailspin back home. There have even been reports that Todd has tried to organize cleaning schedules with his cellmates, much like he used to do with his children on the show. It's like Todd's inner perfectionist won't die. Another insider revealed. He's been trying to make prison life as close to his old routine as possible, which is not really how prison works. You can't just Lysol your way through a sentence. Prison insiders say Todd keeps his bunk as pristine as he can, folding his sheets hospital tight and arranging his few personal belongings in exact order. But that only goes so far when you can't control the entire environment. A humbling experience. Some of Todd's loved ones believe this experience could be humbling, even transformative, for him. Savannah Chrisley has hinted in interviews that her father is growing spiritually and learning to let go of the small stuff. But fans are skeptical whether Todd can truly let go of the part of him that craves luxury and control. After all, this is the man who once had a meltdown because someone ate his gourmet cheese without permission. If a missing piece of brie caused a blow-up, what do dirty prison showers do to him mentally? Too dirty, or just too different? Critics have argued that Todd's complaints about prison life may be less about actual filth and more about the drastic contrast to the lifestyle he once led. It's not that prison is unusually dirty. It's that Todd's previous life was unusually clean. He was living in a world of white-glove service, and now he's living like every other inmate, a prison consultant explained. For some people, that's traumatic in itself, not because it's unlivable, but because it's unfamiliar. The psychological toll. Adjusting to prison's lack of cleanliness could also have a psychological effect. Experts say people who thrive on order can experience heightened anxiety in chaotic, messy environments. Todd's family has previously described him as meticulous, and there's concern that prison's grittiness could be wearing on his mental health. Savannah recently said that her father has been fighting to maintain his faith and his sanity. She didn't elaborate on specifics, but fans suspect that losing control over his environment may be a big part of that struggle. Is there a silver lining? Ironically, some supporters think prison might be exactly what Todd needs to break free from his perfectionism. This could be a chance for Todd to grow, one family friend suggested. He's always been about appearances, but now he has to focus on what really matters: faith, family, and surviving this ordeal. In a way, prison's dirt and discomfort may be forcing Todd to let go of the shallow parts of his persona and dig deeper into who he really is without the cameras. Life after release. If Todd does learn to live with less, it could make for an incredible redemption arc if Chrisley Knows Best ever returns to television. Fans would be fascinated to see whether Todd emerges from prison as the same glamorous neat freak or as a more grounded, less image-obsessed man. But that remains to be seen. For now, Todd is reportedly still adjusting to a life where bleach wipes and Clorox sprays aren't readily available. A life where dirt and disorder are part of daily reality. One thing is certain: prison life may not have broken Todd Chrisley yet, but it's definitely tested him in ways no reality show ever could.